Rasandra Morales, the widowed wife of wealthy socialite Benjamin Morales, has been arrested in connection to his murder. Morales was shot outside of his penthouse in Miami less than 72 hours ago, after a philanthropic event celebrating a new business venture. Representing Rasandra at the bail hearing is none other than Victoria Control, daughter of Senator Nathan Control of Washington, D.C.
Your Honor, Rasandra Morales is charged in an indictment with premeditated murder in the first degree. Yet the prosecution hasn't proven beyond a reasonable doubt she pulled the trigger. Rasandra has strong philanthropic ties with the community, and with her in custody for murder one, my ability to build her defense will be compromised given the massive size and fractured nature of the Morales family financials. I request you allow her to wear an ankle monitor, Your Honor. If the government will allow, my client will take the stand at trial in a couple weeks, and she will face the jury, and I will prove that she is innocent.
This place wasn't listed in the Morales family financials.
That's because it's not in the joint account. It's in my name, and Ben never knew about it.
No more secrets, Rasandra. You know, Ben and I grew up together. We were business partners, and he trusted me. I need you to trust me, too.
I don't know how to trust you.
I don't know how to trust you either. But we don't have a choice. If this is gonna work, we're gonna have to trust each other. Time to prep you for cross-examination tomorrow. From here on, this is a mock trial. I'm no longer your attorney. I'm opposing counsel. You're on trial for murder. I need you sober for this. Hey! I know you're grieving, but you need to prove to me that you can take the stand tomorrow. Can you do it?
I hired you for a reason, right? Please help me.
Rasandra Morales, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Miss Morales, describe your relationship to your husband. When did you first meet him?
I first met Ben 3 years ago. I was a flirty party girl who had too much to drink, and he was a wealthy businessman. I flirted with everyone at the party that night, but he was the only one that didn't flirt back. He made sure I got home safe, called me an Uber. He was gentle, kind.
Sounds like a good man.
I thought he was. I reached out to a mutual friend the next day. I wanted to thank him for the Uber. We hit it off from there. He took me on business trips, introduced me to his friend. Eventually, we got married.
Can you describe the night your husband was murdered outside the penthouse in Miami?
We had just gotten back from a private business deal with a silent investor. I didn't see his face. He wanted to celebrate and have a party, and after that we got in a big fight. A really bad one. So I left, and a few minutes later I heard gunshots. I tried to run back to the penthouse, but by the time I got there, Ben was gone.
What happened next? Witnesses say you were crying hysterically.
I couldn't even talk to the police. So I went out to a club, Vice Lounge.
How long were you gone?
All night. I didn't know what to do. My home was a crime scene. My husband was gone. I drank all night and I blacked out.
The next morning, federal agents arrived at the bar and brought you in for questioning. What did they ask you about?
They asked me the events leading up to the murder. And then they questioned our marriage.
Why did they bring up your marriage?
Because my husband wasn't who I thought he was.
That's the second time you've used that phrase. Thought he was. Witnesses say you had a black eye the night of the murder. Did he hit you?
He punched me in the face and threatened to end our marriage.
But that wasn't the first time, was it? Ever since you met him, you had gotten into the habit of checking yourself into the hospital every couple of months. Did he hurt you during your marriage physically?
He was abusive, but I loved him.
Enough to tolerate the abuse?
Enough to tolerate the abuse. Ben held all the power in our relationship.
Sounds like motive to kill. Can you think of anyone who would want your husband dead?
Ben was a rich businessman. He had many enemies in the business world. A few of them were at the party that night. Warren Duncan, Aaron Ferdinand, Leo Hoffman. He always said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
He kept you close, didn't he?
What?
I'll redirect the question. Let's run with the theory that you loved your husband and you don't know who killed your husband. A husband who, by your accounts, was a smart, ambitious, abusive, manipulating, controlling sociopath. A sociopath would have had a lot of reasons to lie. Did you know that your husband was involved in numerous illegal activity and ran his businesses through an off-the-books L.L.C. registered in your name? And he wasn't the only one. The night of the murder, the feds arrested all three of those names you mentioned because they found drugs and illegal narcotics in their warehouses. They had motive, but no means to kill.
Then I don't know who killed him.
Police investigated you the night of the murder. The federal agents quickly got involved because Benjamin Morales is being investigated for and charged with multiple homicides, numerous narcotics charges, and violations of the law, both state and federal. And that entire paper trail leads back to you. Were you involved with his illegal drug business?
No.
Were you the head of the Morales family organization?
No.
Did you sell drugs or arrange those murders?
No.
But your signatures are on these documents, though. Do you admit you knew of his criminal activity?
I was scared for my life. Haven't we already established that? How could I kill him if I was scared? Why would I if I loved him?
Because he was abusive, right? You said it yourself. Ben held all the power and kept his enemies close. If he controlled you, then he controlled the organization. But he underestimated you. You wanted power too. So you set out to kill him.
I didn't kill him.
Your statement to the feds gave them all the ammunition they needed to charge you with first-degree murder. You had motive, you had opportunity.
You never established means. You have no forensic evidence that even ties me to his murder.
You sure about that? Last pieces of evidence. The murder weapon was found, how'd you put it?
up the street. Testimony from his other illegal drug partners confirms that this weapon was in the apartment that night. The only people who had access to it were Ben and you.
I didn't kill him.
Yes, you did.
I didn't kill him.
You planned it all along. You knew the business was going under, and you knew that without it, you couldn't clean your illegal drug money. You had to preserve it.
You're wrong.
You said it yourself. Ben held all the power. But power is transferable. Power can be manipulated. You loved him, but you never trusted him. So you shot him and left him to bleed out in the street. Admit it, Rasandra! You killed your husband. Exactly how you planned it. Almost exactly how you planned it. I just told a lie so convincing you would have been convicted by a jury. But you didn't kill him. I did.
Why are you doing this?
Ben was the head of an international distribution chain for the cartel. He committed those murders and many more they couldn't nail him for. He was just that good. He planned for everything except his own death.
So you put a bullet in him?
Ben had that bullet coming. Every time the feds came for him, I defended him. And I got him out of it. I never asked for anything, but the one time that I needed his help, he abandoned me. So I killed him. And took what I needed for my family. What I didn't plan on was that he planned for you to take the fall, even in his death. His estate is yours. If you go to prison, it's gone. And I lose. But if I get you through this trial, I win. I need that money, Rasandra. And nothing's gonna stop me. Least of all you.
I wear his ring. I have his last name. You think you can take that from me? You think you have power?
So you do want to die?
You kill me, you don't get any of Bruno's money. So I'll play your game. But if we're gonna play, you're gonna have to play by my rules. And when it's all said and done, I promise I'll kill you myself.
Big talk. But if you take a shot at the queen, you better not miss. I need that money, Rasandra. And if you get in my way, when this is all over, I'll put you in the ground next to him.
Threaten me all you want. You need me. And for now, I need you. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to trust each other, right? So let's see what you got, Victoria. Do you solemnly swear?